Next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Ready to get this game started. Here's Evan McPherson. And we're underway from the bank. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Yo.
Motion man sent left. Play action. Here's Jackson. Down he goes. The Bengals got to him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. And he must have overlooked the linebacker there because he was right in the way to swat it away and bring out the incompletion. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Hey, middle.
Jackson now, 3rd and long. Caught by Flowers. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st down throw for Jackson. Buys time, rolling right. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Walker now from the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Hey, it's not a sack, but these edge players love chasing down runs for negative plays and tackles for loss.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here.
180.
Lamar now from the gun. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Oh, he nearly coffin cornered that one. Just a little too far, and it's out of the side of the end zone for a touchback.
On 2, ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 12.
First give of the game here to Chase Brown. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Here we go. 11, mighty. 11,
They'll run again with Brown. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Gun. Got. 11 MT, take. 11,
1st and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And that's good for a gain of 5. That's Odafe Owe with a stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball.
Here we go.
They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
12.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker.
Gotta go.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
12. 11.
Putting a receiver in motion.
11, Thomas. 11, MT, Tate. 11, MT, Tate.
To throw again, it's Burrow. And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Here we go. 12. 11.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. Defender's there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber of defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going. That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pistol snap to Jackson. Sideline pose reeled in by Likely. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
DC, ready?
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
180.
Left side gets it out quick, and it's caught. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back at beginning the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8.
Middle. Hey, report.
Lamar out of the pistol. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Well, you can just see the QB scanning, can't you? He's moving, he's looking downfield, but everything covered up on the back end. That 2nd and 3rd level defenders did their job, and what did it do?
Here we go.
Well, free that pass rush up to strip the ball away from the QB.
11.
On first down, here's Burrow. He sends this one to the end zone. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms. But it slips through. Second down coming up.
Here we go. Dot.
Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. And he's able to get back to the line, but that is all. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done?
Dot.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Throw left side, and Gesicki has it. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Bengals.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On one, ready?
They've got first down from the 31.
Dot.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. 2nd and 3 now.
Gun. Dot. 11 MT. 11 MT. 11. Dot.
Burrow from the gun. On target to his man Higgins. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
11 Mighty. 11 Mighty. 11 Thomas. Dot.
From the gun, a give to Brown. Crosses the goal line for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals get the game's first points here in the second. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
180. It's not. Go ahead.
The drive begins with Henry. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Stop made by Sam Hubbard.
13.
Now Jackson off the play action. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
180.
Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Cut out left. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Here's Henry running left. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens trailing in the early going.
Forward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hey, report.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pass complete to Walker. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Dax Hill up for the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Now Jackson on third down. Into a crowd and, intercepted! Picked off by Dax Hill. Oh boy, they cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Brown again. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4.
11.
Burrow to the air now. Completes this one to Chase. He makes it in for the Cincinnati touchdown. The Bengals will add to their lead at the end of the half. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals double their lead to 14. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
BC, ready?
1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half.
Ready?
All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He'll throw it. Rolling out to his left. Throwing on the run, deep down the middle. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Cam Taylor-Britt picks it off. And the Bengals are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there.
Hey, you go into halftime with a double-digit lead, your number one objective, and they'll all say it in that locker room, it's 0-0 to begin the second half. So you want to come out firing the same way you did in that first half, and that kick returner, he took matters in his own hands.
First down, Burrow to throw. Higgins makes the catch. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Catch made by Chase Brown. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off.
Here we go.
And go hit somebody like they did right there.
Vacates quickly left side. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But, Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find it first.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go. 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT.
They send the tight end in motion.
11 MT tight. Dot.
On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. Into the hands of Gesicki, complete. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. David Ojabo making that tackle.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Pass come along the sideline by Gesicki. And he's out of bounds, a little short of the 10. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
Here we go, here we go. Dot.
Straight ahead, it's Brown. And he drives this forward to the 6. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
Dot.
Brown on the inside give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Here we go.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
12, 12, 12. 11 mighty, 11 mighty. 12, 12, 12. Dot.
Burrow. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Butker knocks it through. And that will add to their score.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Shot. Shot. You change it. No, we change it. Shot.
Lamar back to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. Through the defense it goes. Room to burn. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens start the 2nd half with some needed points. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He's going to field this at the 2. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go. Dot.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On one, ready?
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. Stop.
From the 32. Got a man, it's Gesicki. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all the...
Space on the right, he's got room. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals make it a 16-point ball game. Point after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals take a 3-possession lead. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Yo. Whatever it is.
Jackson throwing here. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Middle. Sit up.
On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Look at Cam Taylor-Britt getting up there to track that one down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Lamar now from the gun. He's trying another one deep. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. A very active quarter for us. Plenty of points in that frame as we reach the end of 3. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Bengals hands team does its job recovering that kick. And they take the attempted onside kick all the way back. Touchdown. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it. Even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar off the play fake. He fires one deep down the left side. He's got it deep downfield. How about a big hitter, 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Play fake, Jackson. Complete, Derrick Henry. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Jackson's going to throw again. Oh, what an effort, diving, making the catch along the right sideline. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Out of the gun, Henry. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
This is Henry on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Ravens are going to use the 1st of their timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Dax Hill. Well, they had one last gasp to try to make something happen here in the red zone, Brock. Just wasn't there. This defense too locked in, coming up with the interception.
Yeah, it's the work they do on those first 3 downs to get to this 4th down, like a pitcher does, to get to an 0-2 count. They know it's their advantage. And once that offense decides to go for it on 4th down, a good chance they're going to get that stop. You know, by the way, a few style points and add it to the stat sheet with the INT.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the 2nd one used by the defense in this half.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to, explode through.
On one, ready?
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go.
On the ground, Brown. And he drives it up past the 45. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
This one taken in by Chase. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And it sets up a Cincinnati first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
Gun. Stop.
A give now to Brown. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
1-1, ready? Here we go. 11 MT, Kate. 11 MT, Kate. Stop.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. On the handoff, this is Brown. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Here we go.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down.
Stop.
It's victory formation the rest of the way for the Bengals, who take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot.
Here we go.
And now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bengals take this one on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.